Hi everyone, this is going to be another update. I've posted probably 4 or 5 different updates since I've been living in Australia. And if you're new, my name's Bex. I'm a UK trained doctor working here in Australia on the Gold Coast. I've been living here for just 10.5 weeks. I went to med school later on in life, so I started at Bristol Medical School at the age of 37, graduated at 41, did my F1 year and then resigned from the NHS and came over to Australia for just better work-life balance, better mental health, better physical health, and for the lifestyle. I'm the kind of person that needs to have that quality time with my patients and to provide good care, and I just found that I was quite restricted in the NHS. You know, a lot of the time working in that environment, you are under a lot of pressure, and I just didn't find it to be a very healthy environment. I also want to show appreciation for the fact that I was able to go to med school later on in life and complete that year in the NHS, because I did learn a lot. So I'm coming from a place of gratitude, and I will always remember that year as probably one of the most challenging years that I had working as a medic, but I wouldn't change it. Right, in this video, I'm going to give you updates on accommodation because I finally found somewhere to live. I'm going to give you updates on work because a lot is changing. I'm actually moving to a different hospital, which is exciting and a little bit nerve-wracking. I've got some time off in December and in November that I wanted to fill you in on because I've got some exciting plans there. And then I just give you a little bit of an update on how I'm feeling about living in Australia and living on the Gold Coast and what I've been doing for the last 10.5 weeks. Let's start with accommodation. I was lucky enough to find this apartment when I was living in the UK. And the deal was I would live here, house sit pretty much for 3 months, and then when the tenants came back from traveling, I would give the apartment back and find my own place. So I have this now for another 2.5 weeks, and it's been perfect. It's been lovely to be so close to the beach. It's been lovely to come to Australia and not have to worry about finding furniture straight away or, you know, just buying anything. I can literally just move in, and it's been phenomenal. That being said, I feel ready now to have my own space, to have my own place, to have my own bed and my own furniture. So in my latest video where I was talking about, you know, house hunting on the Gold Coast, I showed you an apartment that I just fell in love with, and I wanted to let you know that I was accepted for that apartment. So I'm going to be moving in there on the 27th of November, which is only a month from now. I move out of this place in 2.5 weeks, move into an Airbnb for 11 days, and then move into the next place. So it's going to take a little bit of, you know, juggling work with getting furniture to the new place, because I only have 1 day off on the 27th to get all the furniture that I need delivered. I mean, there's literally nothing. There's no fridge, there's no bed, no sofa, no microwave, no TV. So I'm starting from scratch. So I need to get organized now over the next few weeks, but it's so exciting. And like I was saying on that other video, I think Black Friday is just around the corner. So if I can just have a look at some furniture and wait a few weeks and try and get everything delivered on the 27th, that would be ideal. If not, I might just have to get a mattress and sleep on that for a few days or weeks until I get a bed frame. Like, it's fine. I will make it work. I'm just super grateful to have the apartment. It's got a swimming pool, which is literally like a 10-meter walk from where my balcony or my outdoor space is, so I can literally just get up. It's on the ground floor, just walk over to the pool and chill there on days off. It's airy, it's got a good feel to it, it's light, it's clean. So I'm so excited, and to think that I've only been in Australia for like 10.5 weeks and I'm gonna get my own place, I feel so excited and so grateful. And just to be able to invite people around and have dinners and have days off where I just feel like I'm in my own space, nothing makes me happier. So that's the first bit of good news that I wanted to share with you. So if you have any recommendations on where to buy furniture and you know, electronic goods and all of those things, please do let me know. The second thing that I wanted to give you an update on is work. So as you know, I've been working in the emergency department over here on the Gold Coast, and there are two main hospitals. At the moment, I'm working in the smaller hospital, which is about 20 minutes drive from where I'm living. But from mid-November until mid-December, I'm going to be moving to the other hospital. So I'm feeling a little bit apprehensive, a little bit nervous, only because it's a bigger hospital. So feeling excited, a little bit nervous, very similar to how I was feeling before I started at this current hospital. But the good thing is where I'm living now and where I'm moving to, it's 20 minutes to either hospital, so it doesn't really matter where I work. I can drive to both hospitals quite easily. You know, when you're just starting to get used to your environment and how things are done, and then it's like, okay, now it's time to get outside your comfort zone again because we're going to move you somewhere else. So I wasn't expecting to move at all until mid-December, but you know what, I'm leaving it up to the universe, and I always believe that if the universe wants me to go somewhere else, it's because there are either people there that I'm supposed to meet or help, or lessons that I'm meant to learn that are going to help my soul to grow and evolve. So I'm going to trust the process and just go with it and come from a place of gratitude and say, you know what, I got this, you know, got this. And whatever the universe throws at me, I can handle. Just like I've handled, you know, this new job, because I've never worked in the emergency department before, only during on calls in the UK, but not as an emergency medicine medic, just as a medic on call. Yeah, I won't get into it because it gets a bit confusing. I hope I can say this on here, but one of my patients that I'd cared for overnight a few weeks ago had actually written into the hospital to give some positive feedback about myself and then some of my nursing colleagues who helped me to look after this patient. And it was so, and I've never had that before as a medic, never. Somebody taking the time to say thank you for the care. I just feel so privileged, and I've said this a million times before, but I don't think I could have found another career that gives me this level of fulfillment and satisfaction and mental stimulation. I feel very, very privileged. So that's work. And then over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of exploring. I don't know if you want to go and check out some of my other videos, but typically what happens is if I have 2 or 3 days off, I'll stay on the Gold Coast because there's so much to do here. But if I have 4 days off, I've done this once, I say typically, I'll book a flight and go somewhere. So I went to Sydney about 2 or 3 weeks ago for 3 nights. That was epic. And then I've got 4 days off in November. So I'm looking perhaps to go to Tasmania. And then I've got 8 days off. My roster coordinator has kindly given me 8 days off in December without touching any of my annual leave allowance. So I can literally go away, have a week off, and just work a few extra days before and after. It's unbelievable. It's so cool actually to live here and on days off just be like, all right, I'm gonna drive to the hinterland, or I'm gonna fly here. Like, there's so much to do. Whether that be like kayaking or paddleboarding or just going somewhere for breakfast. The one thing that I would say though, so today is, let me have a look, at 27th of October. The humidity now, today especially, is on another level. Like, it's 36 degrees outside, I think 85% humidity, and it is quite uncomfortable. I was gonna go to the beach today or even film this video outside, and I sat outside and just started to sweat profusely, and I was like, this is not going to be great for a YouTube video. Let me go inside and put the fans on and just talk to you from here. But yeah, I can see how summers here can be a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what that's going to be like. I did live in Dubai before for 7 years, and the humidity was off the chart there as well. So I'm keen to see what it's like. Apart from that, I have met some incredible people over here in Australia. You know what, on a serious note, when I was in the UK, of course, I had some really, really good friends. But I always felt like once I arrived in Australia that I would meet my soul family, you know, like my friends who felt like coming home. And I've met some people over here that have really helped me to reconnect with my inner child, who have made me laugh to the point of getting bellyache, you know. I've met people who, after 2 or 3 interactions, have said, you know, welcome to the family, and have made me feel like I'm part of their family. And it's been incredible because it's almost felt like they've just been dropped into my lap. I didn't have to go out searching for them. They just kind of appeared. And it's incredible because those kind of people make you feel so valued and so cared for. And of course, I still have my friends from the UK, and I have friends in Dubai and other places that I always want to, you know, stay in contact with and go back to the UK to visit, and they can come out here. But the people that I've met over here have made me feel so, I don't know, safe, and they've almost like brought me back to life in a way. Because I think my last kind of 8 to 9 or even 10 years in the UK have been very much about the grind, you know, GCSEs, access course, med school, F1, and it's just been like getting into that masculine energy, grind, meet someone for a quick cup of tea or a meal, but still staying in that very serious, I don't know, energy, being very disciplined. And I feel like the people that I've met over here, whether they'll be in my life forever or just for a short period of time, I don't know, but it's beautiful because I feel like they've reminded me what it's like to laugh again. And they've reminded me what it's like just to take life a little bit less seriously, to not think about the next 6 months or the next 5 years, just to be in the moment and to be spontaneous. And I think I had lost a little bit of that, to be honest, along the way. So I'm kind of like reconnecting to those parts of myself that I haven't really tapped into for a very long time. And it's funny how the universe brings people into your life to remind you of certain things or to teach you lessons. And honestly, I've had some of the best times over the last few weeks with people that I've only just met, and I'm very grateful for that as well. If you want to go and check out any of my other videos from Mount Tambourine or Sydney, I've been to Byron Bay a few times, I've been to the farm, been whale watching. I've documented pretty much the entire journey from moving house in the UK, packing up all of my stuff. I even filmed the video when I resigned from the NHS, documented the journey on the flight over, my first day on the Gold Coast, and how things have been going since then. Of course, I've had a few days where I felt extremely homesick, where I just wanted to pack up and go home. That lasted for about 3 or 4 days, not long. But then it just subsided. But I think the most important thing is just to let those feelings come up to the surface, acknowledge them, sit with them, and then they'll just pass. But overall, I'm feeling really, really good. I feel healthy, feel grateful, alive. And I can honestly say that when I was kind of getting used to the idea of moving to the other side of the world, it just felt right. From the moment that I decided to move over here, there hasn't been one moment, even when I was planning the move, where I doubted this decision. It's always felt like the universe was almost like behind me, pushing me to Australia. And I know that sounds quite dramatic, but I don't know, I just felt so guided to come here. And now that I'm here and living this life, I know 100% that it was the right decision. And I feel very calm, very grounded, very grateful, free, happy. I feel lighter. And even in my job, I used to dread going to work in the UK because I knew that it would be like walking into a war zone. And I just didn't feel like I was doing a good job in the NHS because you're just constantly overwhelmed. Whereas here, I feel like I'm doing a good job, you know? I'm being a good doctor, and my patients are getting great care not just because of what I'm doing, but because of the team and the resources that we have over here. So I'm walking away from the shifts feeling more fulfilled, less drained. So then on days off, I've got more energy to go and do stuff. So better work-life balance as well. So I think that's everything for the update. I will keep you posted on what happens with the move. And yeah, so basically it's the 27th of October today, and I move out of this place on the 16th. So 2.5 weeks pretty much from now. And I will film and vlog the move. I'll show you the Airbnb that I'm moving into, and then I'll show you where I'm getting the furniture from and the move into my new place. If there's anything that you want to know about moving from the UK to Australia, then definitely let me know. But I am now gonna have some lunch. It is 2:22, check that out. It's an angel number. So I'm gonna leave this video here for today. Thank you very much for being here. If you have any questions, please do let me know. I'm very grateful for every single one of you that just comes back and watches these videos, because the channel has grown so much since I moved to Australia, and I really want to say thank you for your kind comments. And I will see you in the next update. See you soon. Bye.